Yo, what's good fellas, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going over the best aka crew players to pick from this token exchange pack. If you haven't been keeping up, this is actually the week where you can claim your free B&D champion. It's only the set players, none of the LTDs, but there are some really good players. I'm going to rank them. I think there's 8 that are actually viable options that I recommend you all picking up. When I was making this list, I was going over how good the card actually is, and also what's the longevity of this card on your squad. You obviously don't want to pick up a card that you're gonna have to get rid of in a few weeks because this is a B&D option. You can't sell it. Its quick sell value is tanked, so you're gonna want to have this card usable on your roster for a minute. So keep that in mind when I go over my top 8 free aka crews. Let's hop into number 8 right now. Yeah, so boys, the best of the worst in my opinion is Marshall Faulk. This Marshall Faulk card is really good. Do not get me fucked up by saying that. Faulk is a really good card. The only issue is the longevity of a starting running back on your Madden team is not long. Also, Bo Jackson is just better than this card, so why wouldn't you go spend 200,000 coins to go get Bo? That's just me. But at 97 speed, 5'10", Marshall Faulk is a really good option. The longevity, though, is the real reason why he is the best of the worst out of this B&D aka Cruise Pack. I also didn't include any of the 96s because they're around 150, 160,000 coins. And boys, it's pretty damn easy to make 150,000 coins in Madden nowadays. Next up, I have the other greatest show on turf, Isaac Bruce. Really, if you prefer Marshall Faulk over Isaac Bruce, that's totally fine. If you want to go get Faulk, I totally understand why. I just think a receiver's longevity on your team is significantly higher than a running back. Realistically, how many snaps does your backup running back get in a game of Madden for you? Not many. Your 5th receiver, though, plays on special teams, gets in on 5 wide, gets in when receivers get tired. There's more ways for a 5th and 4th string receiver to get in. So Isaac Bruce right now might be one of your top 3 receivers, but in a few months from now could be your receiver 5 and be totally perfectly fine in that role, and that is exactly why he is above Marshall Faulk. Stats though, 97 speed, great route runnings all around the board, 6 foot, 188 pounds. Honestly, a really good slot deep threat right now at the moment, and will be able to be usable for a very long time. So aka Cruz has been a really offensive heavy promo since, and we really haven't seen much defensive players out of the at least set pieces. We've seen some defensive LTDs, but Peanut Tillman is probably your best defensive option. Really is the only 97, 98 option. I haven't, not including this week's options. I'm sure we're gonna get some bangers because it's the first week to claim them. But right now, at this moment, Peanut Tillman is your best defensive option. Like I was saying about the receiver, the longevity of a corner, it's a depth position, so you can use your DBs for a minute. At 6'2", 210 pounds, 97 speed, this card is really good. I'm sure you guys know this by now. And if you're looking to pick a defense option out of your AKA free player pack, Peanut Tillman, you really can't go wrong with him. But I just think there are better options that, you know, like, come on. I don't think Peanut Tillman is he's not a top 5 corner, and the guys that I have above him are, like, they're just better overall in their position ranking. Next up, I have Yak. Yak is probably a top 12 receiver in the game, and you probably can't say the same about Peanut Tillman. That's why I just have Yak a little bit over Tillman. But if you look at his stats, 97 speed, 6'2", decent route runnings, not the best, but really where you get him is the abilities. He gets the Yak 'em Up aka Cruz and the Rack 'em Up aka Cruz, which I personally really like. And all around, I think Yak is a great option to pick. If you're looking for a receiver, I recommend you go Yak over Isaac Bruce, but that's just me. Now I'm going to move on to the top 4, where I really think you're going to be making your decision from. Now, listen. Peyton and Eli Manning are a top 3 quarterback in the game today. I get it. Trust me. I know. The real reason why is the longevity of these cards isn't here. Like, you're not going to be using Eli Manning endgame, and the 2 cards I have above the Manning Bros are just, they're going to be on your roster probably till the last day of Madden. But with that said, if you need a quarterback and you're a big Eli Manning fan, you cannot go wrong. I talked about this Manning card in my top 10 quarterback rankings I did yesterday, and I only had good things to say about him. 6'5" is a beast back there in the pocket for you. If you combine like 14 of the different Mannings, you get him you get an 88 speed Eli Manning for whatever reason. But, I mean, again, this card is really good. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just the longevity of this card is not going to be there for a B&D player. I'm promising you, boys. If there was an offensive lineman for B&D, aka Cruz, he would be top 3, but there isn't because you want either linemen or depth positions for your B&D players. That's why these quarterbacks, while they are probably your best picks, they're not going to be 1 and 2 on my list. Got the same argument for the Peyton Manning. If you want to go hear what I had to say, just go rewind the video for a minute and just apply the same thing for Peyton. I just think Peyton's a better card than Eli. That's why I have Peyton in front of Eli. It's really just preference based off release. It's not really too big of a deal. But again, longevity and longevity of a B&D quarterback on your team. He can be a backup quarterback. He can be your holder, but like you don't need that. You don't want to spend a 98 champion that you've been grinding all these tokens for on a B&D quarterback. And number 2, though, I have Big Yeti. Travis Kelce is a top 3 tight end in the game, and when you're a top 3 tight end in the game in April, you can usually be on your roster for probably till the end of the game. If you pick Travis Kelce, he will most likely be your tight end 3 until you buy Madden 25, in my opinion. And we can go talk about the stats: 97 speed, 6'5", 260 pounds. I mean, what more could you really want from a tight end? He has not the best run blocking, but you're not picking up Travis Kelce to have him run block for you. You're putting him out there to run routes. At 98 short, 96 medium, like what? Like this is a 6'5" receiver, basically on the line, going against linebackers. If you've played against this card, you know he's a freak of nature, and that's why I have him as the second best free option. If you want a tight end, you cannot go. There's no issues picking up this Travis Kelce. So if you haven't guessed it by now, Sun God is be confident in your selection, the best option. 98 speed, 6 foot. We can admire the stats. I've already talked about this card multiple times. I think he's a top 5 receiver in the game right now. And like I just said about Travis Kelce, same thing applies. Sun God will be on your team until the end game if you want. He'll be B&D, so he can't go anywhere. Gets ×2 Lions Chem, so if you have a Lions theme team, you're already picking this card. But like, it's a 98 speed, what more could you want? It's a depth position, and I'm going to sound like a broken record in this video, but I really want to get this point across just so we kind of know where I stand on this. B&D, for me, always equals depth positions or offensive linemen. And yes, the Manning brothers are probably the second and third best quarterback in the game right now, depending on how you feel about them. They're not depth positions, so obviously I'm putting Travis Kelce and Sun God in front of them. But with that all said, boys, that's all I got for you today. I will catch you fellas tomorrow, though, with my content prediction video. Ultimate Legends should be live. Go get Randy Moss. Go get some Mosses out there. I will catch you boys tomorrow. Peace.